Hi readers. Today we're going to continue becoming experts on series book characters. Let's get started. All right, friends. So remember, there are lots of different books in the same series. So if you're reading a Cam Jansen book, there's not only that one Cam Jansen book, there are so many different Cam Jansen books that you can read. Same with Big Nate, Stink, Fly Guy, Mercy Watson, Dogman, whatever series books that you are reading, there's more than one book in that series that you could read. There's more than one adventure that your characters or stars of the series go on. The more books that you read in a series, the more you notice that the characters act the same across all the books, right? Mudge is always acting like a silly dog who loves nature in all of his books. And Henry is always a loving, caring owner whose best friend is Mudge, right? In all the stories, they might be doing different things and having different problems, but the characters and their traits or who they are on the inside stays the same. And as you read more and more books in the same series, you start to really understand who the characters are, and you keep learning more and more about them. Many of your friends also might be reading the same books as you in the same series. So the best part about friends who are reading the same series books is that you can talk to each other about the stories. You can compare how the character acted in your story to how he acted in your friend's story, because maybe you read a different book in the same series and your characters acted into different things. When you read book after book in a series, you start to notice that the characters feel, say, and do the same things across all the books in the series. So we, as readers and expert readers, we have to notice those things. We have to notice the things that are the same across a series. It's just like tuning in to watch your favorite TV show. The characters are the same, and the things that they do are the same, right? If there's a character who's always telling jokes, in every single episode, he's always going to tell jokes because he's a funny character. That's who he is, no matter which episode you're watching. Same as your series book characters. They're the same person on the inside, so they're going to feel, act, and do the same things, even if their adventure is different because you're reading a different series book. Mercy is always on the hunt for butter toast. Cam Jansen is always solving some kind of a mystery. And Dogman is always, I don't know, you fill in the blank. What is Dogman always doing in all of the stories that he's reading? What about the other series books that you're reading on Epic? Did you notice things about the characters that were the same in the books in your series? Pay attention to that. That's really important work. As we read book after book in a series, notice and look out for how the characters are the same. We want to notice and compare across the books in a series. So if you're reading 1, 2, 3 books in a series, you have to compare what the characters do, what the characters say, and how the characters solve their problems from one book to the next book in the series. Series book club readers also like to share their discoveries. You can share what you're learning about all your characters across these books with your family, or you can share it with other people who are reading the same books as you. That's kind of what a book club is. It's when you and your friends decide to all read the same book together and talk about the characters and what they're saying and doing and the adventures that they're going on and the problems that they're having, right? And if there's something you want to share, you first have to find proof in your story about when the character acted the way you think that they acted. Then you might look in another book or story in the same series to find out at least one more examples of them acting that way in the series, right? And then you can talk about with somebody, right? I think that Mercy Watson loves food and she really loves buttered toast. And I know that because in both of the books that I read, she didn't care that her owners were having a problem. She was just searching for buttered toast, right? That happens in all of the stories. So you have to notice that. So your independent work for today. You're going to log on to Epic like always, and you're going to read another book in the same series that you've been reading. Now, you might already have read 2 books in your same series. That's fine. Read both of them again. Or if you remember one, read the other one again. But basically, you need to notice that things that are the same about the characters across the series. Then in your student portfolio, you're going to write to tell about the things that are the same about the characters across the books in that series. You're going to notice, compare, and write to tell me the same things that the characters do, the same things that the characters say, and the same ways that characters solve or react to their problems across more than one book in a series. Okay. So in your student portfolio, you might write about a character problem and tell what you learned about the character by how they solved it. And then you might compare that to how they solved that same problem or the same type of problem in a different story. So your writing might look something like this. Today I read, and here you put the first title of the book, Henry and Mudge Play in the Sun. In this story, the character Henry is sad because the sun isn't out and he wants to play outside. I noticed he was also sad in, now I write a different story, Henry and Mudge and the Day at the Beach, because while he was at the beach, he was also sad because the waves kept crushing his sandcastle, right? So in both stories, I noticed that he was sad. And maybe in both stories, even though he was sad, he stayed positive and he looked for something that was still good about the situation, right? Because he's the same Henry, no matter what he's doing. So in your writing, add lots of sentences with details about what happened in the story and tell about characters, actions, and words that are the same across both books. Okay? All right, friends. So get to it. Choose a book on Epic. Read maybe more than one book in your series, or maybe you read more than one chapter in your series, and notice how the characters stay the same across all the books. All right, friends, happy reading. See you soon. Bye.